Hey y'all, hey. This year, as I was sitting up here planning out my family reunion, my family's family reunion for next year, I was thinking about having it at a park, like Neshaminy Park, for my mother's bloodline as well as my father's bloodline, right? And just get both of them together and the peoples from all different states and get them together, right? But I'm burned out with the parks. I think I'm burnt out with the parks. Like, I don't know about y'all, but I don't know. But I'm just burnt out with the parks. 10 to 20 years with the parks. So, what I thought, or what I'm proposing to my mother's bloodline, which is the Dorseys, and to my father's bloodline, which is the Sheelys, right? To take a family vacation and let's go back home. Like, let's go back to Georgia and let's go back to South Carolina. Now, for my mother's bloodline, I had found our family all the way into slavery. So I'm thinking my mother bloodline, which is in South Carolina, our state comes first, right? So stop in South Carolina, visit the plantations, because it's two of them that I found, the Linebacker Plantation and the plantation Henry Spam owned. Let's take that trek and see those plantations so our ancestors could feel the aroma that their roots came back, and visit the church of the slave owners and the church that our ancestors and our family still attend to, and also pay homage to our ancestors because our ancestors is actually resting along Beulah AME Cemetery in Sumter, South Carolina. But however, for my father's bloodline, which is the Sheelys, I didn't find them into slavery yet. But however, I did find out where was the house they was living in. Um, I forget what year, but I think it was like the early part of the years, like the 1900s. They were living on 4th Street and in Georgia. So I would love, just because I got a picture of what it looks like, just to go by there, you know what I mean? But also too is to visit the cemetery that a few of our ancestors are buried at in Georgia, and take in a couple of sites and head on back home to Philadelphia. But this picture here is actually a picture of where our ancestors was at their first plantation, which was the Linebacker Plantation in Sumter, South Carolina. And this is me actually taking a picture of it with the descendants of the Spam family who owned our family. So the next clip is a picture of the Sheelys' oldest place where I discovered it. So it's the next clip. Hold on. In 1920, my great great grandfather, David Sheely, on my dad's side, his family was living, well, this is not the actual house, but obviously, but this was probably just like all farmland. But they stayed, this is 4th Avenue in Georgia, in Moultrie, Georgia, and the address was 708 4th Avenue. And this was in 1920. So this is the actual address. The other address was in 1910, and I think it was on Cheriton Street, but it didn't have a number. But it wasn't too far from 4th Street when I Google mapped it. So they pretty much stayed in the same area until they started migrating to Philadelphia. So I would love just to visit this area and to visit the cemetery where a few of them is born in, just to add the addition to the whole family vacation, making sure that both bloodlines are meshed and that we can all travel back to our roots together, you know. And what I'm proposing, because we definitely have to charter a bus, and I will handle the itinerary, but also hotels. So I'm going to leave this up here for a little while because I'm really burnt out with and I know you guys got to be burnt out too with the traditional ways of having reunions in the park with the bugs and the smoke. And so let's just do something meaningful of why we're all together anyway during a reunion. Let's go back home. So I want to do this next year. I want to do this next year, like in August. Okay, so I'm giving us until December so we can think about maybe putting things aside that, we may be going through with other family members and all that kind of stuff, things that we need healing from. And maybe if we all get together as a family, you know, like, and go with a purpose to pay homage to our ancestors, it's about time. Think about it. Okay? So, if you are in my bloodline of a Dorsey on my mom's side, and a Shealy on my dad's side, think about it. And also, this is an awesome time to support my business, City to Countryside, to buy the family t-shirts. Yeah. Yeah. So think about that, you guys. All right, bye.